Thank you for tuning in. My name is Carmen, and I'm here in Johannesburg with one of my favorite designers from the city, Kiggy. And I'm traveling around different cities, meeting different designers to talk about their brands, to talk about fashion that's made here on the African continent, and to see what's moving them. And I'm honored to have Kiggy next to me. Kiggy, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
For the people that don't know you or don't know your brands, well, in general, I always ask this one question. Who are you or what do you do?
I'm Kiggy, Kgomotso Kiggy, or Kiggy with the nice pants. That's how people told me I should introduce myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that name.
Kiggy with the nice pants. I'm a creative director and the founder of Long Season, Johannesburg.
And Long Season is the brand.
Long Season's the brand, yeah.
That we're going to talk about quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I know you do more than designing clothes.
Yeah.
What made you decide to turn your creativity into designing fashion?
I don't think there was ever a point where I really wasn't in fashion, because I started when I was in school. So I think overall I knew that I wanted to do something in fashion. It's just the capacity changed over the years. And I think maybe 3 years ago I decided to prioritize kind of, my ideas in fashion more than anything else. I think that just happened because I believe what you give 100% of your energy to will move forward. Mm-hmm. So that's how I made the decision, really.
Yeah. And you've been working with other brands before, if I'm correct?
Yes, I've always kind of been like a consultant in the fashion space. I've produced for some local streetwear brands a couple of years ago. I still manufacture here and there. And I think the idea for me is really I want to be surrounded by clothes as much as I can. So if it's not, if it's not like through my own like ideas, then it'll be through making someone else's idea a reality, or getting them to the best execution of their idea. So yeah, I like to talk about it, fix what I can in the space. Yeah, it's really cool for me.
And why launching your own brand? Because running a brand is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
And still you decided to do it.
I think recent confidence, I guess, in my own design perspective, because much of what I did in the beginning of my career, even with consulting, was also me gathering as much information and resources as I could, without formal education. So practice until I got to a place where I felt like my clothes were good enough to offer to the world.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at now.
I like that. It's a big question, but a lot of people that are into fashion, like you say, you want to surround yourself with clothes.
Yeah.
What does fashion mean to you?
I like to say fashion for me is like talking. I think talking is like the very basic kind of idea of like communicating or sharing any thoughts, insight. And I feel, I don't always like to talk. Sometimes I feel like speaking is like a reductive way to share ideas. So for me, fashion is like, it's the physical manifestation basically of some of my ideas. It's like talking.
I like that. And as an anthropologist and a self-proclaimed style anthropologist, I always say that your style is the visual expression of your identity. Then if your clothes speak, what are they saying about you?
That I want to hide myself, probably.
Because it's big?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which is not even a lie, right? From how I know you.
No, it's true, it's true.
Yes.
It's true. And I think on some levels it's intentionally designed into, a lot of my pieces. Like there's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
actually wanting to hide. But it's also a lot of secrets in my clothes, a lot of important information. Like, I designed these trousers. I think this pair that I'm wearing could fit both me and my mom. And my mom is like, her body is different to mine.
Yeah.
And I like doing things like that because, if I have a great moment with my mom, sometimes I'd like to design that into the clothes, or even with you. Like, sometimes it's just like conversations that I hide into the clothes, things that I care about. Movement is a big one of them. I really enjoy like comfort and movement. If you can feel like, your garment is hugging you throughout the day, that's a big one for me. So it's things like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it's a rainy day in summer in Joburg now. How does that work when the sun is out and when it's bloody hot? Are you still wearing this? Or?
Not particularly. I mean, I think I have like a uniform, a staple uniform. So we do make some clean, like white shirts. We do make some reasonable T-shirts. But I think the idea is that our clothes are modular. So each piece is, important to building some other sort of outfit from the piece. So that's how I like to think. I mean, this coat is 2 years old. These pants are maybe a few months old. I don't know when I did this, but all the pieces eventually just work together. Yeah.
That's what I like about the clothes, because we run a store in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I sell some of your pieces, and the white shirt, for example, that's here. It's so versatile. Like, so many people can wear it. You can style it in many different ways.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's very smart done. Yay. Like I said, we're here in Joburg. You're from Joburg and you're still in Joburg. Do you believe that your city influences your design process?
Of course. I think very easily I feel like Joburg is such a huge melting pot for many different cultures and experiences. And even like from the perspective of our unfortunate history, we've adopted so many perspectives and just like ways of doing things. So anything that I design definitely has a Joburg accent to it. I grew up in the township. I grew up in Soweto. And then every other day is like a fashion show in the hood for me. There's a lot of great inspiration if you just chill and look around. So always, I'll always have Joburg in my work.
If I, as somebody from outside, your style feels very South African to me. I can't pinpoint it. Do you? Yeah, can you pinpoint it? Or even like the Joburg aspects in your designs, or like, can you make it a bit more concrete?
It depends. Like, I think silhouettes sometimes. For me, my silhouettes tend to. I mean, there's a range there, but some of my silhouettes feel very, even Jersey Taxi Driver to me. Just the A-line situation. This puffer that you're sitting next to, I've worn it once, and when I was interacting with it, there's a pocket that goes this way.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine highlighted that it reminded her of like her grandma giving her money from her chest. So like, moments like that are things that would be in my clothes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like one thing.
Yeah.
It's like a host of things that I think if you talk to me, yes, I could tell you about the piece, but sometimes it's like up to you to just experience and feel out the situation.
Yeah. One thing that's pretty obvious in your clothing is the tag on the inside with the South African flag. Why did you decide to add that to a garment?
Well, not all our stuff is made here. A good 90% of it is, but not all of it is here. And I think it's cool. I mean, we're selling in different places in the world, and I think for people, maybe it has the same effect as hearing Amapiano. I don't know how it feels for you guys, but like, maybe
depends
that
on who
tag.
you're asking, I guess.
Exactly. Maybe it has the same tone, but it's just like, I don't know, just like a, what's it called? a mechanical thing for me. Yeah.
Or proud thingy.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's cool to be from South Africa.
You're cool. You're a cool person. So yeah, I'd
Thanks.
agree. Your Kiggy with the cool pants.
Kiggy with the nice pants.
Oh, nice pants.
I've
Sorry.
actually been looking for an opportunity to correct this. It's Kiggy with the nice pants.
With the nice pants.
Yes.
I love the trousers you've been making, and you've been making quite a few.
Yeah.
From what I see, you make like I think there's a large proportion of it is trousers.
Yeah.
What is it about trousers that like?
So that has an actual story. When I started, because I couldn't study fashion, I really like wearing pants.
Yeah.
So trousers, I'll say.
So your pants, trousers.
Trousers.
Okay.
But I couldn't make anything. And then I used to work with like seamsters. I remember I thrifted a huge pair of pants and I took them to a seamster and I asked them, you know, to do certain things to them. And it was a mess. I remember I was talking to my best friend like, this is so bad. I was so upset. And then I think from that day, I spent literally every moment I could just making pants. Like failing at it, picking stuff apart, failing, until one day I made a really great pair of pants. And I came literally to Brom down the road and I was wearing those pants and I think it was Frat Pack. He's you'll find out who he is. Mm-hmm. Frat Pack from the corner said, Kiggy with the nice pants. And that's literally how it stuck. I've been Kiggy with the nice pants since then. But I took it seriously. I took it as a challenge, and now I really make good pants for a living.
You do?
Yeah.
Definitely. And the one you're wearing is new, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This drops in a few weeks.
What inspired you to make this oversized, it's not cargo-ish, but it is somehow,
Yeah,
right?
it's a cargo. I wanted to make a pair of pants that could fit for 3 to 4 sizes of people. And look good on all of them.
In one size or different?
Yes, in one size.
So
these only come in 3 sizes, so this pair could fit 3 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In width, yeah.
Yeah.
So if I wouldn't be this tall, I might be able to wear this one.
Yes.
And I'm like double your size.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's smart. That's nice. Yeah, you already said it a bit. Like your items are somehow simple. Mm-hmm. Like if you look at them, but if you take a closer look at them, they're pretty complicated. Mm-hmm.
I think that's like my influences generally. You know, big fan of architecture, big fan of like art, dimension, functionality. And so those are the things that I try to bring into my own work. And I generally think, you know, when I think about clothes, even if it's fabrication, I don't like to work with fabrics I wouldn't like against my own skin. Mm-hmm. I like a surprise in clothes, so I make some surprises in my clothes. I really like to play with, you know, how I do things because it's part of my life. So I don't want to have like a rigid way of interpreting or, you know, designing. So I think it's very experimental. But it's for the experience of the wearer, you know, for you to kind of... But it takes into account literally any and everything that excites me generally. Yeah.
It just comes to mind now, pockets, I think, is a theme as well, because everything we sell and that I own of you has pockets. And
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
The white shirt has like a pocket. The A-line, thick, heavy denim has like the softest, deepest pocket I always shove my hand in. The bomber jacket has like, I don't know how many pockets, like secret pockets in the sleeves.
That's like a recent, I think, development because I've gotten so much flack for not putting pockets in my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because for a while I was like, everyone's just too heavy. We're all stuffing, you know.
And so you don't walk around with a bag. You don't carry a bag because we've been spending time. I haven't seen you.
No.
Okay, you're with the car as well, but
yeah. No, but so I think maybe in a funny way, I'm just like putting a ton of pockets because I'm like, you guys want pockets. You know? Here are all the pockets in the world. But I don't really, I like to design nice pockets. Like I like the shirt pocket because it has that. Yeah. But I don't really care for pockets much.
That's
TBH.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because when I'm in my store, I'm very excited, like telling people about your stuff,
Yeah.
and then I always highlight the pockets because
No,
it's
but
so
the-
functional and playful at the
Yeah,
same
but
time.
the interesting thing about the pockets is, like, a friend of mine was saying that one of the jeans that you stock has like anti-theft pockets. So I'll think of like literally just being in a city
Yeah,
and being pickpocketed. That's why those pockets are really deep.
nice.
And then these ones aren't really that accessible,
Yeah.
depending on how you use them.
Yeah,
And the shirt one, this one's
Yeah.
kind of. So I like
Playful,
to
yeah.
play with the access and
oh, anti-theft. Never thought of it.
anthropology.
Yeah, well done. So your clothing is very functional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Another thing that stands out, I think, is your use of color. What you're wearing, what we see behind us, is black, dark blue, gray, some whites.
Yeah.
Can we ever expect something yellow or red coming from you? How do you select your color?
My latest work started, actually how I dropped the brand was in dedication to my grandma after she passed. So it was kind of me getting out my grief.
Yeah,
So that's why the tones are a bit,
darker.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, it's a grief color, but I think I also don't like wearing color, bro. I don't like wearing color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works. Like, I think in different contexts, if you don't know your brand, if you don't know that the brand is from SA,
Yeah.
like I'm in Amsterdam, I think the people would think it's either Scandinavian, Japanese, because it's
Yeah.
like very, muted
I
colors, calm, functional. Yeah.
On some levels too, I think maybe how how my eyes consume things. Like I'm not able to, I don't know, maybe I haven't tried enough, but I don't think I'm able to do like pattern or color in a way that I'm really satisfied with. But I can do structure and shape.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's my bag.
Yeah. And it's nice because I always feel like when an outfit has muted color or is in one color, then we pay more attention to material, structure, and shape. So
For
you kind of
sure.
shift away your focus
And
from
it gives
color.
it such a longer life, I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Never out of fashion. I like that. You said that 90% of your clothes are made here.
Yep.
And I know, sorry, this is a topic you probably talked about 100 times, but I think for people outside this country, it's still interesting to hear about it. Sourcing is a challenge for some brands, even in a city like Johannesburg, I think, finding maybe the good quality.
Yeah.
Can you explain some of the challenges you face as a designer based here, but also some of the opportunities you see?
Opportunities. This is a great city generally for opportunities. Like Joburg has so many even seemingly secret tunnels of like places you could find incredible fabrics, artisans, whatever. But I think also post-pandemic, many of us have experienced like the consequences of just like import-export, the limitations of that. And it's really hit us hard, like to the point where, the fabrics that I work with, some of them I might have bought like 5 years ago, 8 years ago, just so I could make stuff with them and see how it ages.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff I work with now, like these trousers, I bought this fabric 4 years ago.
Oh wow, that's smart even.
Yeah,
Like that's.
I mean, for me, it's like really the experiment of finding out how my clothes will live is really important, It seemed smart at the time, but now when I go to find that fabric,
it's gone.
It's gone, and that keeps happening.
Yeah.
So like we're looking into, how to better kind of play that without compromising, production and quality, because quality is a big deal for the brand.
I know that a lot of brands in like in other cities that face similar challenges, make it part of the narrative, of the brand narrative, that it's like, it's limited, it's here for as long as it's here, next one might be different. You don't do that, right? Or do you?
I think people feel that in their spirit. That's enough for me.
Yeah. So what if, like, would you then produce a similar trousers in different material, or would you then move away from it, or it depends?
I think right now what we're going to do is we're producing regionally. So each place that we're going to do a pop-up will have like pieces, or few pieces, if not everything, designed for the specific place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think the hope is, you know, people want to get all the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I think that, you know, generally the clothes feel special enough for people to want them, and it is limited qualities, so, you know.
Yeah, you want it.
Yeah, you want it,
Yeah.
and like you'll treat it nice, and
Yeah.
that's what I care about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Where is your clothing available now, and where would you like it to be available in future?
My clothing's available at showroom in
Hey!
Amsterdam, and we have an e-commerce in Johannesburg, but we're mostly doing pop-ups. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll announce our pop-ups as we move around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to stock across the globe, or not necessarily?
You know, someone told me, probably. You know, I should say yes. Yes.
You don't have to say yes. I mean, because we talked about it off camera, that moving products and import, it's still a challenge
it's
for
a bit long.
me as a business owner, you as a designer.
Yeah.
So it sounds nice to stock everywhere and to have like brand recognition, but it also means you might have to create stock. It's expensive,
you know,
and it's challenging.
I think big picture, of course. You know, 1,000%. I'd like to be around the world and exist in the context that I would like. That's the goal. But currently, I feel so like tightly married to the thing I'm trying to accomplish at the moment that I can't even. I think, if anything, I'm trying to. My team and like my people are the people that have that broader perspective, that are like reminding me and prodding me towards it. But like, I'm very focused at the moment. Yeah.
That's good.
That's
How many
alright.
pieces have you designed over the years?
I have no idea. I actually thought I should figure that out. I'm archiving at the moment.
Oh, good.
So we're gonna go through everything and like, then I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So people who see this or hear this and they're curious about your shop, they can go to your website and order stuff online through e-commerce?
We do pre-order. We're gonna open a custom order soon.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I mean, you know, the brand is still fresh, it's still new. So a lot of what we're about to do, we're gonna try out now. We'll communicate it as such, but we're doing a lot of cool stuff, and I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for consumers or people, wearers, I always say, like people who want to wear the stuff.
Yeah.
How long would it take if you're based in Europe and I order trousers from your website? Because we're used to overnight shipping, overnight production, da 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 da. What do you think is an average time span that people should take into mind?
So that's where you come in, interestingly, because for me the model is I do have, in the spaces that I want to be in currently, I have at least one or two people who are either managing my brand or have capacity to store my brand, so that when we do have buyers in those spaces, it goes out much quicker than it would coming here. But generally, we do communicate that it takes about 2 to 3 weeks in case we need to produce something here and ship it.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I always like to highlight it because we're so used, like in the consumerism environment that we're in, that people think it's here in a win. But good things take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Sweet. Thank you.